Just imagine for a second a world where farmers don't just guess when to water their crops, a world where the ancient practice of growing our food is getting a massive, high-tech upgrade. And you know what? This isn't some far-off science fiction. It's the new reality of agriculture, and we're about to dive into how it all works. For literally generations, a farmer's success came down to their intuition, reading the sky, feeling the soil in their hands. It was a craft, right? Honed over a lifetime. But today, that craft is being supercharged by science. We're talking about a huge shift from just tradition to a whole new era of farming guided by razor-sharp data.
And the tools for this new science, they are absolutely incredible. We're talking about drones flying over fields like tiny doctors, checking the health of every single plant. I mean, come on, that's a level of insight that was pure sci-fi just a generation ago.
So what's the bottom line here? It's that artificial intelligence is helping us grow our food in a way that is smarter, faster, and way, way greener. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how this new green revolution is happening right now, literally right under our feet. Okay, so for centuries, farming methods were pretty much passed down from parent to child. But today's farmers, they are facing challenges our ancestors couldn't even imagine. Wild climate change, serious water shortages, and a global population that just keeps on growing. The old ways, well, they're being pushed to the absolute limit. And this is where AI steps onto the field. And listen, it's not about replacing the farmer, not at all. It's about creating this incredibly powerful partnership. The main idea is kind of profound. AI takes all that guesswork out of farming and basically gives every farmer the tools of a precision scientist. That all sounds great in theory, right? But what does this revolution actually look like on the ground? Well, let's get into some amazing real-world examples of this tech in action right now. So we can pretty much break down AI's impact into three huge areas. First, we'll look at something called precision spraying. Then we'll see how drones are giving us game-changing analysis. And finally, we'll get into the incredible power of predictive analytics. That's our roadmap. Okay, check this out. Companies like John Deere have built tractors with AI-powered cameras that can literally see a field. They can tell the difference between a crop and a weed, and then, poof, spray only the weed. And the result? A staggering 90% reduction in pesticide use. That's efficiency and sustainability, hand in hand. All right, now let's jump over to India. Startups like Fossil are using sensors and drones that are constantly checking things like soil moisture, temperature, and plant health. All of that super complex data gets crunched by an AI, which then sends simple, easy-to-understand advice right to a farmer's phone. And this is such a brilliant way to put it, because it shows just how accessible this tech is becoming. It's not some complicated dashboard with a million buttons. For the farmer, it's as simple and intuitive as checking the weather. It tells them, hey, water now, or hold off on the fertilizer, so they can get the best results. Meanwhile, over in Africa, there's a company called Hello Tractor that everyone calls the Uber for tractors. It uses AI to figure out the logistics, connecting tractor owners with small-scale farmers who need them. Just making that connection leads to faster planting and bigger yields. And as you can see, we're talking a productivity boost of up to 30%. That's a huge deal. So we've seen what AI can do, which is pretty amazing, but how does it actually know what to do? Well, the secret, of course, is data. So let's peel back the curtain a little and look at the engine that's driving this whole transformation. This is where you can see the fundamental shift. Traditional farming is reactive, right? It relies on past experience, gut feelings, but AI-powered farming, it's proactive. It's constantly analyzing millions of data points in real time to find patterns and predict what's going to happen next. And where does all this data come from? Oh, it's pouring in from everywhere. We've got satellites way up in orbit, local weather stations on the ground, tiny sensors buried right in the soil, and of course, those drones flying overhead. Every single one provides another layer of information for the AI to learn from. I just love this quote because it sums it all up perfectly. This isn't magic, it's math. The AI is sifting through all that data to forecast rain, predict how much a crop will yield, and even warn about disease outbreaks before they even start. It's basically replacing luck with data-driven certainty. Now, whenever we talk about powerful AI like this, a really big question always comes up. What does all this mean for the actual people doing the work? So, let's talk about the most important part of this whole thing, the human partnership. It's the elephant in the room, so let's just ask it straight up. Is the whole point of this technology to replace the farmer? And look, it's a fair question, but the answer we're seeing on the ground is a clear, resounding no. The real story here isn't about replacement, it's about empowerment. I mean, think of it this way. AI is giving farmers actual superpowers: the power to see invisible patterns in the soil, the power to make decisions faster and smarter, and the power to protect their land for generations to come. It really is all about helping farmers work smarter, not harder. And this isn't just some nice idea, we're seeing it in action. Think about a young farmer in Nepal using a simple app to check her soil quality, or a grower in Kenya using drone images to spot a pest attack early. The tech isn't replacing their hard work, it's just making it so much more effective.
Okay, let's zoom out. We've seen the tech, we've talked about the people, so what does this all mean for our collective future? How does this revolution happening on the farm actually impact all of us?
Here is the reality check. By the year 2050, our planet will be home to nearly 10 billion people. 10 billion! Trying to feed everyone with our current methods, well, it's going to be an immense challenge. And that's why this innovation isn't just cool or interesting, it is absolutely critical. So the promise of AI in agriculture is a future with cleaner soil because we're using fewer chemicals, incredibly efficient water systems, and a food supply chain that's aiming for zero waste. It's not just about growing more food, it's about growing new possibilities for a truly sustainable world. So, the next time you see a field of crops, just remember there's this quiet revolution going on. It's the story of human progress, really. Our oldest practice meeting our newest tools. Because when technology meets the soil, we don't just harvest food. We harvest hope. Hope for a healthier planet, a more secure food supply for everyone, and a smarter, greener future for all of us.